Hello, Mary.
Hello and good morning, you two. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic because you guys are getting to do something that a lot of us wished we could do that way, because we've all spoken that language before.
Definitely.
What is it like for you? What is the experience? Because I mean, once those cameras are on, they don't come off, and when they do come off, what life changes immediately again?
Yeah, I think that, once the cameras are on, you sort of forget that they're there. So a lot of the things that you see, at least from myself, I can't speak for everyone, but a lot of the things that you see from me are 100% authentic. Our relationship developed 100% authentically on camera and off camera. So once we were able to make it to the real world, it just felt so natural to us.
One of the things that the show puts focus on when it comes to you is the fact that you guys have been friends since high school. A lot of us don't get that opportunity to hang on to each other, but unless it's through social media, through Instagram or Twitter or even Facebook. But for you two to be together since high school, my God, that's a lot of growing up together.
Definitely. I think for us, we grew up around each other, just never to quite get that moment to really connect and give it a real shot, which is why the show was perfect for us, because we were able to go back in time technically and kind of really get to know each other and see if we could make a relationship out of it. And as you can see, we did.
Getting to know each other is so important in this world of social media. I mean, sometimes, just because you like each other on, you hit that little thumbs up kind of thing, but really getting to know each other during these changing times. What is that like for the two of you?
Yeah, I think that's super important, especially talking about the show, because we don't have our phones with us. We don't have computers. Any connection with the outside world is cut completely off. So when you're there in the environment of the show, you're pretty much forced to really make those authentic connections. We didn't have a lot of contact either, so we kind of had to rely on missing each other and focusing on how we're really feeling in the moment instead of swiping left on people on Tinder or going on Instagram and scrolling through 30,000 people in a day. We really just focus on that one person, and I think that it was such a refreshing way to just connect with someone and to date like the old days.
Yeah, there used to be a time, Adam, when people would just go out on a friendship date, just to kind of talk and laugh it up. I mean, my 29-year marriage with my wife is because we started out as best friends.
Wow, I love that.
And I love that. It creates a meaningful connection, and it's one where you have the intention of really getting to know someone. And that's what I love most about the show.
What have you learned from each other due to this?
Really just patience.
Yes.
A lot of the process of being on the show is waiting and missing that person, as Allyssa said. And if you're patient and trust in the relationship that you've built with someone, then oftentimes it will lead you to where you want to go. And in our case, it really worked out, and it really impacted our lives for the better. I think coming off of the show, I have a greater understanding of what I want out of a relationship and what I'm working towards in terms of being happy and being a partner.
Yeah, I think for me, what I've learned most is the strongest connection with somebody is one where you're both kind of on the same page. And I think a lot of the times these days, a lot of people just can't connect because they're not on the same page. And Adam and I have always had this understanding of support. That's what our whole relationship is based on. And you'll see in the show, all of our conversations are sort of based around our mutual understanding of needing that support. And what we wanted from each other was kind of aligned perfectly to really empower us as a couple.
When you first felt love, was it sight or was it something you felt in your heart?
For me, really, it was, of course, when you step out onto the set and the smoke clears and Allyssa pops out of the dark. I mean, it's a magical moment, and of course, she looks amazing. But I think the moment that I truly started falling for her was our first conversation. We were in a limo headed to our first date, and me and her were just able to talk about some of our goals, the things that we love doing, our passions. And to me, I realized that Allyssa was just as beautiful on the inside as she was on the outside. And I started falling for that.
I'm so proud of you two, because in reality, vicariously, we're all living through you, and you're teaching us all about relationship. And because you're so open with it, you know, you're the educators, and I just love you for opening up your heart for that.
Well, thank you. Hopefully, you know, you'll be able to see a lot more from us. We just started our YouTube channel last night, so tune in to the A Train for more.
It. Well, please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you two.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much for having us.
You bet. Be brilliant today, you two.
You too.
You too.